right, g'day punters. Welcome to a huge edition of All In. We'll be joined today by Lewis Willoughby and Dean Watling. First of all, Louis, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good. It's been a Group 1 Monday of racing. It's a bit strange to say, isn't it? And if you're ever playing trivia in the future, I think a few questions might be who won the first ever Group 1 race run at Newcastle, and maybe who won the second one as well. So, no, it's been a different Monday, but it's been a good Monday. I mean, as I said last week, these are my weekends, so I was stoked to have a bit of top-class racing on this afternoon. It's been very enjoyable.
Outstanding. And Dino, a couple of winners out there today, mate. Good to see. How was your Monday?
Yeah, like Louis mentioned, it obviously makes Monday a lot easier when we've got Group 1 racing to get through it. Obviously works a lot easier when we can just check our phones and quickly go to the toilets and watch some quality races. But it was good. Character got home in the second and a couple of sick beats outside of that. But props to Racing New South Wales for getting this meeting run and won on a Monday at Newcastle, and what a track it is. Played beautifully there today. I think we might have seen a star mare in the making. I know Louis loves this horse, Duais, but we'll touch on that a bit later. Gannon?
Outstanding, boys. Super stuff. And look, while we're out there talking about outstanding performances, for those legends that chimed in last week, they would have filled up. I think there was Louis and I declared Duais, Dino declared Character, $14, $3, bit of Stockman there to place. Just a couple of midweek tips. So everyone filled their boots, thankfully. All right, let's go straight into the weekend review, nice and quick. Then we're going to go straight into Saturday All In Plays. The idea of putting on Twitter here, doing it live as we speak, is that the punters are going to get access to their tickets straight away. They can jump on the phones and back them if they like. That way they don't have to wait at least 12 hours for the show to come out. Dino, you're going to hit me with a horse to follow. Louis, give me a best ride and I'll follow with a slaughter.
Yeah, horses to follow. Haven't dissected, obviously, today's meeting, but one from Moonee Valley Friday night, come through the Group 3, Alexandria Stakes. Dolce, maybe. I'm going to go with the pronunciation. Second best last 200 of the meeting. Held up lucklessly on the bend and was good late. Follow it, push on, up in trip. It's a horse to follow for mine. Louis,
and sorry to push in there, Dino, Australasian Oaks, mate, down in South Australia. So Lewis Town, if we can get some fixed odds on that shortly, that'll be fantastic. Lewis, sort that out for us.
Just to go again, there was a Dosseur for Patrick Payne.
Yeah. Is that it?
I just had to check. No, but you're right, Dano, because it came through the same race as Daisy's first up, who won that Alexandra Stakes on the weekend, and Dosseur was equally as unlucky as Daisy's, if not more unlucky. So I think you're spot on with one to follow there from the Patrick Payne stable, Dosseur.
Can you give us a spelling on that, Louis, just for the punters at home, mate? Give us a spelling on that name of the horse.
Yeah, right. Douseur.
Outstanding, thank you. And the best ride of the week, Louis?
Best ride of the week, we're trucking wide, obviously. Sydney was called off. I looked through the Mornington card. I couldn't find much. So I've gone to Morphettville on the Park Circuit, and I found one. Baron Vorster on Mac and Cheese. It's a really smart horse. It was heavily backed. If you watch it in its race, it's a big horse. God, it's a big horse. He didn't have a lot of room on that Park Circuit, which is a quite tight turning track, leaders-ish bias kind of track. He was back in the ruck. It was heavily backed. He waited for the splits. It was typical Baron patience. And when he got clear at the 200, it exploded and won. So for having very good patience on a horse that he knew was going to run well once it got clear air, and sometimes a lot of jockeys can't wait as long as he did. It was a very good ride. Mac and Cheese for me on the Morphettville Parks Circuit. Gano.
Up you go, Baron. Slaughter, fair income. Stewards letting that race go at Rose Hill. I reckon they had 40 mils of rain. What a race 3. What are you doing? Anyway, you've done a great job. Racing New South Wales, get up to Newcastle, get the meeting done, but fair income letting that race go. Unbelievable. Surprise, nobody got hurt. Anyhow, we're going to move into Saturday All In Plays. Louis.
We bloody are. Heavy 9 forecast, we think. Rails in true at Randwick. There's between 30 and 65 millimetres forecast until Friday night, and then up to 5 to 15 millimetres forecast on Saturday. What I will quickly say before I ask you how you guys think the track's going to play is that it was supposed to be raining since last Friday here in the eastern suburbs, and with all honesty, we really haven't got a whole lot of rain yet. I know it's only Monday night now. There's still a whole week to go, but up until now, there's not been a whole lot of rain around Randwick. So whether or not the 30 to 65 on top of what has already not kind of been here will do, let's go with a heavy 9 anyway. Start with you, Gunno. How do we think it's going to play?
Railing the true, you don't want to be on the rails. I think really big disadvantage to anything drawn 1, 2, and 3. So if you draw 1, 2, 3, you get the 30. I would be looking for anything that could be in the running line. Middle draws ideal. You don't want to be made out of half or every time we get this set up. We don't want to be last wide either. So in the running line, on pace, off pace, perfect. Bino?
Yeah, quite the opposite that we've had the past couple of weeks at Rosehill and Randwick, where you've had to back horses up on pace, sitting in that first 4, and rails haven't been too much of a disadvantage. They've been getting off the fence. But we could probably see a couple of big roughies or big price horses get up this weekend, pure on the fact that it's a complete opposite. We want to be off those rails. You can back a horse from the back and make up good ground. Normally, Rail True Randwick, it's a beautiful playing surface, and it's the one track that you tend to be against those inside leaders. So can't wait for it. Big prices, big fields, keen.
Well, let's start with the Doncaster Mile then. It's the premier mile race of the Randwick calendar, the Sydney calendar, and possibly Australia's racing calendar. Forbidden Love is looking to make it 3 Group 1s on the bounce, and with the tab all-in market at the moment is a $4.50 favourite. I'm Thunderstruck's at $6, Converge at $8, and then there's the double-figure runners. Private Eye is $11, Lighthouse at $13, Inspirational Girl at $15, Banker's Choice, not dropping off, $17 with Ice Bath. And I just want to mention one a bit further down, Ironclad for Will Clark, and they're very confident that they're going to get a run there on Saturday. And if they do, Linda Meach will be doing the steering, and it's $26. Back to you, Dino. Doncaster Mile Day.
Yeah, a horse who loves the Randwick Mile. Private Eye won the Epsom in the spring, It was brilliant first up, Canterbury Stakes. The day he couldn't make ground, he set off out after the leaders, reeled off some scintillating splits. Forgive last start, got buckled on the turn, had to stop start. And I reckon his last 200 metres was better than Banker's Choice. He lost all momentum. I love this horse purely on the fact that he's turn of foot. He can sit off a slow speed, and he's probably one of the only horses in the race who can reel off strong sectionals off a slow or a fast tempo. Handles all conditions. We know that he's going to get to that right part of the track if he draws well and around that $10 price. I love backing him in these big 1,600 metres. So for mine, he's close to the all-in bet of the week, and he's got to go well around that $10 price. Gannon?
Private Eye there, Dino. I like it. That's always a worry. I like it. Needs pressure in its races.
Tipped again, typical.
Yeah, I know. Just sick of it, eh? Always copying. Needs pressure in its races. Finally going to get a race where there's actual pressure. And I did not come up with that myself. That was what Joe Pride said. So I've stolen that as well. Not only have I stolen Pride's quote, I've stolen Dino's tip, and I will be backing it at $11. Great. $11 with tab at the moment. It's a great all-in play. Even if it does happen to draw barrier 3, it's going to get back anyway. It's going to be pressure on. So for mine there, Forbidden Love, can't have it $4.50 as an all-in play. Pass. Didn't mind Lighthouse at $13. Didn't think there was that big a gap between Lighthouse and Forbidden Love, $13 and $4.50. I think that's probably too big a gap. I'll tell you what, I've got no idea if it's going around, but we've got probably a couple more hours to find out. Skylab at $101. It's not a 2,000-metre horse. It's a 1,600-metre horse. $101, 25 the place. Yeah, could do worse and have a coffee each way on that.
Very good. Very good. Is that you're going to be your main tip or just your coffee tip?
That's just my loose change tip, mate. My main tip would be Private Eye.
Is that the A set or the B set?
I'll give you boys the B set. We won't go there.
I'm gonna stick with Banker's Choice at $17. I'd be silly to jump off. And it's one we haven't mentioned, so Banker's Choice for me. But as per usual, it just looks a cracking Doncaster, as it always is at Randwick on a possible heavy track. Let's move to the TJ Smith Stakes, which is the next one here, Nature Strip. Well, you got to take $2.50 if you want it to bounce back in the tab all-in market. Eduardo's at $4, Masked Crusader at $8. Shelby 66 beat Nature Strip last time out. It's $9 if you think it can keep winning, the Party Boy. Rockin' Horse, well, if you didn't back it at 100 and something, so you've now got to take 15s for it to win the TJ, is September Run. back in form. It's also at $15. Big Parade heads the rest, $18 there. Dino?
Yeah, I feel like these top two in the market, Nation Strip and Eduardo, are dead set. Like you're playing the pokies, you've won a good win, and you're going to go red or black. And I seem to always pick the wrong one out of the two. So I'm going to sit on the fence and get splinters on this race because I can dead set not pick him. I think if I back whatever horse I back punters, I'd be jumping on the opposite because he'd probably lob. So I'm going to head straight to you, Gannon.
Oh, Dino, pull your head in. I'll tell you what, in the fair dinkum department, I don't even have the race up. That's how good I'm going here, boys. But I couldn't possibly back anything else at the moment other than Eduardo at the $4. Look, it's going good. I know Shelby 66 got close, but pretty sure just went straight past Nature Strip and said, beauty, job's done there. Shelby 66 got close, but geez, had a week off now. Won't know what to do with itself. Probably run last. That could be one for the miles. September run, if they ran the race backwards, it'd probably go really well. But for some reason, just does not want to borrow Sydney. For mine, Eduardo, $4 is a good all-in play. Nature Strip, just wait. If Nature Strip draws barrier 1 and has to do work, fair dinkum 10 job. So let's just see what barrier you draw in Nature Strip. But for now, I would be happy to have, if Louis gave me $100, I'd have it on Eduardo.
Very good. Dano, just back to you quickly. There's a horse down the page I didn't mention. Remark.
Yeah.
Oh, boys.
The divorce paper's been put in, Louis, so I'll let the court deal with this one, but it's long gone. And no doubt, probably, my form at the minute, I'll jump off and it will lob.
No, I'm with you guys. This is a very hard market to play into at the moment. As I mentioned when I was reading out the odds, Rockin' Horse won at 100 and something, and now you've got to take 15s. Nature Strip got beaten by Shelby 66. It's $2.50 favourite. It's $9. Eduardo's at $4.
Easy, back Eduardo, mate.
No, I love Eduardo. Don't get me wrong, but I just $4 doesn't put any lead in the pencil. It's no good here. I don't know. It's just the market at the moment is no good for me. So I'm willing to sit and wait and see what happens on the day and see who makes the field, what barriers we draw, yada yada yada. I'll stick with that.
Right, all right, just punters. If anyone's got any motivational advice for Dino, some inspirational, some TED talks or something, can you send him his way? He's fair to come down to the dumps.
I like the empathy.
We'll give you a chance to lift here, Dino. I'll give you a chance to lift here. It's the third of our all-in plays for Saturday is the Australian Derby. The Totsu's at $2.50. We've spoken at length about the wet track and what it does there. Forgot You at $6. Regal Lion at $7s. And in this market, again, we had to watch the races today to see what was going on. Again, I'll get to you in a second, son. Be careful because I reckon your bet on Character, who's an $11 chance, may have biased your opinion on the run of Regal Lion. $15 a leg run. Benno at 15 with Sword Point as well. Castlereagh Kid, it's at $18. Don't forget, he won a few in the row. It's a pretty big price at 18s. There's a few others down the board. Can't Go Wong, Els and Me. They're all about $26. I'm going to come to you, Gano, first because I did call you out there. You two backed Character today. Very well done for it. And your futures bets on this race are looking good. But you cannot tell me that Regal Lion doesn't turn the tables with extra distance.
You ever run a marathon, Louis?
Me? No.
Me neither. But the way I'm thinking is if you're leading in the marathon, you're following the pace setter, right? And you're doing it tough. You're just trying to keep up with that bloke in front of you who's just fartlecking it. And you're doing it tough, and he compounds. What are you likely to do? Compound. No, not Character. Did it tough and stuck on strong, and Tommy got off and said that is just perfect. I'm paraphrasing there, but it was something along those lines, and over-raced a little bit as well. He suggested it was raced a little bit green, someone along those lines. Me, I would much rather a big, tough effort than sitting at the back and just flying home as horses are coming backwards. Like, it just looks pretty. Twitter has fair dinkum blown up, right? And I'm happy to have egg on my face because, it happens every now and then. It's all part of the game. But Twitter's blown up. Regal Lion, blah, 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 blah. If the Totsu doesn't turn up, it's going to win. How good was this the last furlong? Give it a rest. Anyone could find that. For mine, Character, run of the race. And I'll tell you what, I'll put it on the line. I reckon Zoom On, right? And I have backed Zoom On. Zoom On's run is not as bad as it looks. There you go.
Oh, This is up there with Gus Gould commentating the Penny Panthers or the Bulldogs, that performance you just put on there. Gannon, a bit of bias doesn't hurt anyone. I'm with you, Louis. This race is a key form race, we know, for the ATC, Derby. Hitotsu obviously doesn't go with a wet track. Regal Line, you can't dismiss that run today. I think Character got the absolutely perfect run in transit. I don't think Tommy could have ridden it even better if he tried. For mine, I think Regal Line turns the tables. Looking off today's runs, I think the step up in trip obviously helps. It was back in trip today. Steps up over 2,400 metres. Handled the wet today fine. And we know the track position, it can be run on. Horses can obviously make good ground. So why don't we back them both, fellas? I think we can back both of them and get a good result. So let's all come together and play happy families.
If it's a dry track, as I said before, Hitotsu wins this by 100 lengths, but it won't be. So let's all calm down. I just want to say there's a lot of Jon Snow and Tavago about Regal Lion. First time to Australia off some very good runs in New Zealand. Flashes home. Yes, maybe those retiring in front, but let's check the sectionals before we make a proper comment about that. After what I saw today on I agree. I think we can back Regal Line and Character both. They're $7 and $11 if Hitotsu doesn't come, and getting that price currently with it still in the market. So there's a pretty good two-bet play. You know I love a two-bet play as well.
Just quietly, Louis, let's say that they do sign up with Hitotsu. They go, bugger, we're going to go there anyway. They said no. Probably soft 7 would be the best, would be the best wettest case. It could be. Yeah, best, worst case, whatever case. The case, soft 7. Turns up, it's not going to be better than a heavy 8, even if it stops raining and we get half the amount of predicted rain. How does it go?
My answer is I am not one to doubt Kieran Moore and David Eustace. If they bring the horse and it's firm in the market, or even if it's bet easy, whatever, if they bring the horse and they're expecting a win, it will run very well, and I couldn't be sure about anything else. They are at the moment, without a doubt, the best trainers in Australia. And if they bring the horse, as I said, you could not possibly write it off if it comes, because what Kieran and David can do with horses, especially up over a distance as well, is just insane. I've never seen anything like it. So I can't tell you to back it, but I wouldn't be out there to lay it either, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, if it turns up on Saturday on a heavy 8, I'll be laying it for fun, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 horses here that are on a 5-day backup of a pretty fast run race, and the hype around this horse, and fairly justified hype around this horse, could start at $1.50.
It actually just got to $2.80 then, as you was talking.
I've probably lost the plot there. $1.50 is a bit much. $1.80.
Yeah, $1.50 is crazy.
Lost my mind.
Yeah, I think if it stays its current price, $2.50 or a bit longer, then I think that's fair enough. Anyway, that's the Derby. Let's go to the last of them. The fourth is the English Size, and Fireburn is, well, now an obvious $3 favourite. She's Extreme. Sorry to bring some flashbacks there, Gano. $8. Dormier 11s with Let's Roll the Dice and Magic and Show Court. They're all at 11s. Warby at 15. Count the Headlights 21 with Moko and Williamsburg. And one that I know Dino and I have been keen on, Brosnan, $26. Let's go to you, Dino.
Yeah, I like this race a lot. It's probably my favourite of the all-ins. Fireburn, I have to back her. I think $3 is fair enough. She's got a scintillating turn of foot on the heavy tracks, rail true, so they can make ground. That just suits her profile perfectly. There's a couple others to mention. Show Court should have won the Todman behind Sajardin. Sajardin was very good in the slipper with absolutely no luck. It's a dead set 1,400, 1,600 metre horse. It'll be on its way to the JJ Atkins, no doubt. It can run a big race around that 350 a place. I think that's a fantastic bet. And you did mention Brosnan. I think it was a certainly beat last start down in Melbourne. The only query for mine is I think it needs a drying track. If we get to that soft 7, soft 6, I think it's a ripping chance. But for mine, I'll be playing Fireburn. I've got to stick after the slipper and Show Court each way around that 11. I think it will start close to second or third favourite in that. So I like the size, keen to play. There's a couple for the punters. Gannon?
Yeah, I can't disagree with you there. Fireburn at $3 is probably a bet. It was that impressive. I expect you get better price shares extreme given that the run was that inconclusive, and they'll probably come for others. So at the moment, I will be backing Fireburn at the $3, and I will keep my powder dry and back shares extreme, hopefully get around double figures Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday.
Beautiful. Fireburn for me as well, guys. So we'll make that easy. $3. Yeah, you probably might get a little bit better for She's Extreme as well. You're right. But in that market at the moment, they'd have to be good to turn the tables on Fireburn. That's a look at all 4 massive Group 1s coming up from Randwick. It's one of the days of the calendar season, the Doncaster Mile Day with the TJ Smith, the Derby, and the Sires Produce as well.
Boys, before we wrap that one up, best bets, I need them. Start with you, Louis. Best all in play. What do you got?
I'm going to stick with Banker's Choice. $17. I have to. It's not my best. Like, I'm not, declaring it, but it's $17. Gee, I thought it was good the other day. So Banker's Choice for me.
Banker's Choice for Lewis Willoughby. Dino, just quietly, you tipped us into character of $14. What do you got this week, mate? You should be up and about, mate. $14 winner. Wow.
I'll try and answer with a little bit more confidence than Louis has just then. So I'll go with Fireburn.
Not my best list, mate.
I'll go with Fireburn in the Sires, 1,400 metres, talented filly on the up, 1,400 suits, wet track, $3 short, but best all in play for mine.
Yeah, Eduardo, $4 best all in play, and then if you can get any price, $3 plus what's his name? Nature's Trip. Take that on Saturday to chop out. There you go. That's a wrap for our all in plays. We'll be up soon for a road to the championship.